Welcome to the NHL 23 presentation deep dive. Let's start by talking through the all-new Stanley Cup celebration.
We've really upped our game when it comes to the Stanley Cup celebration. In previous years, we've had a non-interactive sequence, and that's worked pretty well, but this year we wanted to give the players some agency that's fully interactive. One of the biggest wish fulfillment moments is that tradition in the real NHL of who gets the cup next. We're going to populate the list of names based on approximately 65 different stories that we're tracking under the hood, from the veteran that has never won the Stanley Cup to the assistant captain that also leads the team in goals. When the user selects a player, we hear through the commentary, we justify that decision.
Well, here was a key contributor, tied for most goals on the team en route to a Stanley Cup win, Ray. Well, I was just most impressed with how he played game to game. And then at some point in the playoffs, I'm like, he's scoring all the time.
It looks awesome. Obviously, we've completely re-mocapped the entire sequence, but we've also added effects, confetti falling from the roof, and of course, like the sparklers that are firing in the background, and it all looks tremendous. After the Stanley Cup has been won, we have this moment where, and this is true wish fulfillment, where you finally get to see your name etched on the Stanley Cup. Whatever the player list of the team is, you're ultimately going to see that name etched in the Stanley Cup, and it's a really cool sequence. It's a total revamp of one of the greatest moments inside of our game. We decided to completely revamp this year. As soon as you score a hat trick goal, we see from a wide shot just a raining down of an incredible amount of hats, but it's so awesome. We were like, let's ship with that. Inside of eShul World of Chell, we give users the ability to kind of create their own tradition. You can have teddy bears, you can have alien plushies, you can have fish, plastic rats, and roses. The work we did in game day atmosphere really changes the entire game. We did a total overhaul of the crowd audio this year. When something happens on the ice, you'll hear it from the crowd. The home team gets a penalty, the home team is going to get on the referee and start booing them. At first it'll be subtle, but as that penalty differential kind of grows, as do the boos. If you're playing a game where you come back, perhaps you win an OT, you're going to get a completely different animation that is properly representative of how hyped the home team is. The intros were in need of some maintenance. We knew we wanted to add some more emotion. If you're familiar with what we call on-ice projections, these big animated graphics that get projected onto the ice during the pregame, we've added them this year. And it's not just for authentic teams, but it's also for World of Chell and eShul. You actually see the fans waving around these awesome light sticks. And those are also fully customizable inside of World of Chell and eShul. Users can change their colors, and it really adds to this incredible atmosphere. We're finally adding the national anthems, and what you'll hear is the final few chords of the respective national anthem, and the players will be lined up at their respective blue lines. In World of Chell and eShul, users will be able to select and customize whichever flag they want from all the major hockey nations. This year, we've gone kind of fully 3D with AR, and we continue using kind of that face-off moment to show the user meaningful stats, but not slow the gameplay down. Really, it's about the leaderboard, giving you so many interesting, deep insights. It can show things like top scorers on your team, top hitters, top assists, top points.
It's all about the players, and wanted to bring it home through getting the proper skin shading model and eye shading model. By aligning with the other sports titles, we have a massive amount of engineering power that we can access. We have the skin dual lobe shader, which allows us to adjust the light bouncing off the epidermis and hitting the oil on top of the skin, so we can simulate sort of mild exertion without them looking too greasy, of course. And then we have the dual lobe shading on the eyes also. So it represents like the spec response of light that goes to the cornea, and you get all this sense of light reflecting off the eyes. I know people really like metal things. People love shiny things. And this is us pushing our new shading models to the limit. We now have the Vegas Golden Knight helmets, and we have a metal option for recolorable helmets, so users can customize their equipment so they can have metal helmets or metal gloves. A fan favorite, you can pick a mirrored visor within the customization flow. Players look super cool. You can go all metallic and get your mirrored visor and go full Terminator on the ice. We're getting realistic visualizations of equipment and we're bringing them into the game. New unique geometry for goalie gear, player helmets, player skates, and player gloves. We've also done about 200 new vanity items, and we've been updating our generic head pool to represent more diverse ethnic backgrounds. We have a large pool of women being represented, not just in our star heads, but in our generic head pool as well. We have ice resolution upgrades, so they really hold up on the 4K televisions, and we also have ice displacement that happens on the ice, so you get this realistic ice buildup that accumulates around the goalie and then around the sides of the boards, skate spray accumulation on boards. We felt that really helped bring out the personality of the ice.
Thanks David and Aaron for walking us through presentation. We'll see you again soon with the upcoming Game Modes Deep Dive.